this is Easy Chinese and I'm Jenny. Previously, we have talked about the pinyin, the Chinese pronunciation, and also the tones. Today, I'm going to continue about the tones. I know tones is very confusing, very difficult for a foreigner to understand and how to get the right tone. So today I'm going to talk about some of the basic rules of the tone and also the variations. When to use the light touch tone. Some characters has multi-pronunciations and some special rules about the tone. Firstly, I would like to talk about the light tone. Remember, last time we talked about 4 tones plus the light touch tone. And when and how to use the light touch tone, there are few rules. But don't worry, I introduce you the general rules today, but we are going to practice it in future. You won't be able to remember everything or know how to do it in one lesson. I think the key is you to practice and practice and practice. And first one is, when you use it as a particle or modal particle. For example, last time actually I gave you an example about this character. See, they all started with this particle, mouse. Remember, this means mouse. So these always use at end of the phrases or the sentence. Last time I said, 好吧, fine. Do you like to have a cup of tea? 好吧, yes, fine. I like a cup of tea. How about you? 你呢? 你呢? This is a question always used in the question sentence. Also, this one always used in question sentence. I would like to have a cup of tea. How about you? 你喜欢吗? 你好吗? 好吧? This answer, 好吧, I like answer. This is question, 好吗? 好吧. So this kind of particle also like 的, we have learned this character 的, 地, 的, 了, 门. This, when it is a character alone, it is a second tone, 门. However, if you put this 我们, remember we have learned this means I. 我们 together is a plural, means us. But you don't pronounce this as a full second tone. It's a light touch tone. 我们 is not 我们, 我们, 你们, 你们 is also the plural of you. So the end, they put it in the end, but you don't pronounce it as second tone. Same thing like this. Is second tone when it's alone. 的, 好得很, 好得很. But if you say this, very good. 好得很. This character always puts ahead of adverb, the. So it's a light touch tone when it in this phrase. It's not that 好得很, 好得很. So it's a light tone. And also some situation is when you describe the position or direction. For example, 河里, 里, when it is alone, it is the third tone. However, if you say 河 is river, inside of the river, 河里, you don't pronounce it 河里. You pronounce it very light touch, 河里. 天上, in the sky. 天 means the sky, right? Up there in the sky. 天上. 上 itself is the fourth tone. However, in this phrase or this word, you say 天上 is not the fourth tone. On the ground, 地下, 地, this one is the ground. And 下, when it's itself, it's a false tone, means down, right? But together, this 下 you don't pronounce it as a false tone. It's a light touch tone. 地下,天上,地下,河里,那边, up there, it's there, there. 那边, 边 means, the direction. Side, that side. But itself, alone it's first tone, but when in this word, at the end of this word, you say 那边, it's a light touch tone. You don't pronounce it original tone if it's alone. So something else also, like some nouns. And I think we have learned this character. 孩子, 子 itself, alone, it's a third tone. 孩子 means children. Here, you only pronounce the light touch tone. 孩子. You don't say 孩子. It's just a light touch tone. Stone. 石 means stone. 头 itself means head, but together 石头 means stone. When it is alone, it's a second tone, 石头, but together, this 头, the end of this phrase, you pronounce it a light touch tone, 石头, not 石头. Remember? 桌子, we have learned this character also. 桌 means table. 桌子 together also means table. Chinese character, because it's always a single syllable, they want to try to make this phrase or more lyric. So often they create a two characters word, but the last word, the second word, sometimes it's just a duplication of the first word, or it's the same meaning of the same word. So when they put together, it means the same thing. And 桌 itself means table. 桌子, the second one is light touch tone together, also means 桌子. 鸭 means duck, but you say 鸭子 also means duck. This has no meaning, but put in the end of this word just to make it more lyric, the sounds. But you give the light touch tone of this second word. See, the rule, always the end, the second character, you give a light touch tone. And something, like I've said, a single word, 跑 means run. They like to duplicate the same word, means same thing. 跑跑, go run. 跳跳, jump, means the same thing also, jump. 想 means think, 想想. So the second word it's just a simple duplication, and you gave the light touch tone. You think about it, in Chinese you will say 你好好想想. So the second word is just light touch tone. And also some other double syllable word. For example, 眼 means eyes. 睛 also means eyes. And together, the same meaning, eyes. But the second word, you gave a light touch tone. Instead of the first tone, you say only, you don't say 眼睛, you say 眼睛. See the second one, 眼睛. 衣服, they both means your clothes. But put together, this one not pronounce the second tone, but the light touch tone. 衣服, not 衣服, 衣服. 萝卜 means turnips. And this second character also light touch tone. 萝卜. And some words, like you come here, you get in, you come back, means some, motion. 来, 去. 来, when it is alone, pronunciation is the second tone. 去, the pronunciation alone is the fourth tone. But if you say 出来, it's a light touch tone, means you come out. And 进去, 进 is get in. And when you add this 去 means the same thing, get in. But the second word 去 is a light touch tone. You don't say 进去, you say 进去, 出来, 回来, come back. 来 itself is a second tone, but 回来, you come back. Here you only pronounce it light touch tone, 回来. You don't say 回来. Okay? It sounds very complicated, but we need to practice, and when you practice more, you will become very natural. You don't say this second word, the original pronunciation. Naturally, easily, you will say the light touch tone. Okay? And another word, I want to introduce this one. Remember, this one means your kids, your children, your son, 儿. And because the Mandarin is based on the Beijing local dialects, 儿 is very typical for Beijing local dialects. They almost say many things end up with this sound. 儿, the pronunciation is you curve your tongue. 儿 is this pinyin. Remember? 儿, second tone. Many things like 花 means flower. We have learned this word, right? But Beijing people don't say 花, they say 花. Can you see? Can you tell? The end of this character, they add a sound of They curl their tongue at the end of this word, 花. Sometimes, when it sounds like you're very fond of something. For example, if you call your son, remember this character is treasure, 宝. The pronunciation, the pinyin is 宝, third tone. Many people like to call their children 宝. Okay, their children is their treasure. But they like to add a sound of 宝, 宝. So you can tell the end of the 宝, they add a so means, you're fond of something. So many occasions. If you travel to Beijing, you can see they talk of things always with the end the pronunciation. 花, 发, 宝. Yeah, for example, another character. This one can be a verb and also can be a noun. When it's a verb, means you cover it. When it's a noun, is a lead. Okay? Well, of course, you use the lead to cover. And when it is a noun, this pronunciation itself is 个 I 盖, the fourth tone, 盖. However, when you say it's a lead noun, you always add a this pronunciation in the end, 盖. And in future, when we practice these sentences, we will learn more or practice more. So next one, there are some characters has multi-pronunciation. I gave you a few examples. For example, this one means one. Remember, number one, just the one stroke, right, like this. But itself, when it's pronounced alone, is E is first tone, E. Or at the end of a word, you pronounce it also E, the first tone. However, if you put the E in front of another character which is the fourth tone, you pronounce it as the second tone. I give you an example. 以一遍 or 一个 right? If the teacher asks you to read it loud once, so 读一遍. You don't say 读一遍. 遍, this is a fourth tone. This one, the second character is also fourth tone. But this word together, when you put together, 一 put ahead of, in front of the fourth tone character, it pronounced as second tone. 一遍, 一个. You don't say 一个, you say 一个. I think it's very natural. It is difficult if you pronounce it the first tone in front of the fourth tone. I tried 一个. It doesn't, it's not smooth, especially if you read it fast. 一个. Well, because the first tone is naturally prolonged. However, if you pronounce the second tone, 一个, 一遍, it's very smooth. Character means no. It alone, its pronunciation is the fourth tone, 不. And the rule, sometimes it doesn't pronounce the fourth tone. If it's alone or before the non-fourth tone, if it put before the non-fourth tone, it's always pronounced as the fourth tone. However, if put it before the fourth tone, you need to pronounce it the second tone. For example, 不去, 去 means go. 去 is a character with the fourth tone. Here, you don't say 不去. The original pronunciation is the fourth tone for this character, right? 不. You say 不去, 不去. You don't say 不去, okay? Here. Well, it sounds complicated. Well, I just try to introduce you first and let you have an idea, and we will practice in future. Another character, this one. Remember, we have learned 空 means when it is noun, it means sky. Its pronunciation is the first tone. 科翁 空. However, when it means empty, when it is an adjective word, empty, it is the fourth tone, 空. This character, I think we have learned, means 朝, means morning. Morning, remember, with the sun and the moon still there and the sun just come out. Morning, early morning. When it means early morning, the pronunciation is 知熬朝. Another word, it means verb. If it means verb, it means facing. Facing which direction? 吃熬朝, second tone. 吃熬朝. 朝, if we say 朝南, Nan means the south. Remember, Chinese people like to have the house facing to the south. We say 朝南. We don't say 朝南. All right. There are, of course, more characters with multi-pronunciations. We will learn it in future. So today we just, have a general idea of the different, some characters has a multi-pronunciation, some of the basic rules of the light touch tone and the the end of the word. You add this It's a typical northern, especially the Beijing people's verbal language. They like to do this. Here is another rule for tone variation. Is when two third tone characters connected together. I give you an example. First, these two characters together. I think we have learned both. 你好. This is a very common, word for people greeting each other. Like English, how are you? 你好. They are both third tone. However, when you speak these two characters together, when you ask people or greeting people with 你好, you would say the first character second tone is not the third tone. So you say 你好. Can you tell the first character 你 instead of 你? 你好. Another example. We have learned this character for sure last time. 讲 means talk, speech. 演 means performance, like acting. So together, these two characters, this word means make a speech. So they both third tone. 演 third tone. 讲 激扬讲 third tone. But put them together. The first one, the character, change the tone to second tone. So remember this rule. When two third tone characters together, you always pronounce the first character, the second tone, not the third tone. 演讲, not 演讲. Can you tell? 演讲, when they connect together, the pronunciation for the first one is the second tone. I have put up all my videos on my website. If you want to learn more Chinese, if you want to know how to cook Chinese food and Chinese products, visit my website at easychinese.com. That's all for today. Until next time. Bye.